We want to think of multiplication as repeated addition. We can write multiplication as 3 times 4 with a dot, or 3 times 4 with parentheses, or 3 times 4 with 2 sets of parentheses. We want to move away from using the x for multiplication. So let's look at 3 times 4, which is represented by 3 groups of positive 4 counters, which totals up to be 12. Now we have 3 times negative 4, which is represented by 3 groups of negative 4 counters, or 4 black counters per group, which is a total of negative 12. Now we have negative 6 times 2, which we can use the commutative property to see this as 2 times negative 6, which would be 2 groups of negative 6, which becomes a negative 12. So negative 6 times 2 is negative 12. Moving on, we have 5 times negative 3, which means 5 groups of negative 3, which comes out to be a negative 15. So we looked at 3 times 4, which is 12, 3 times negative 4, which is negative 12, negative 6 times 2, which is negative 12, and now 5 times negative 3, which is negative 15. So now we need to consider what happens when we have 2 negatives being multiplied. To help with this, we can look at any negative number and say, for example, negative 28 can also be called the opposite of 28. So negative 5 times negative 2 can be looked at as the opposite of 5 groups of negative 2. And 5 groups of negative 2 looks like this, and it would represent a negative 10. And the opposite of negative 10, of course, would be positive 10. Therefore, negative 5 times negative 2 gives us a result of positive 10. So in similar fashion, negative 3 times negative 4 can be looked at as the opposite of 3 groups of negative 4, which would become negative 12, and the opposite of that is a positive 12. So negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12, just like negative 5 times negative 2 is a positive 10. So there you have it. Counters can help us understand the rules for multiplication.